In commemoration of the 16 days of activism with the theme End Violence Against Women Now, CLEEN Foundation visited Baptist High School Kubwa for in-house documentary on human trafficking. The documentary, produced by CLEEN Foundation with support from UN Women and Government of Italy to create awareness around human trafficking. Andre Quinn, project assistant of CLEEN Foundation, disclosed to newsmen at Abuja that human trafficking is a huge problem faced in the country. That is why more awareness is being created among the younger generation.
For CLEEN and for UN Women and for the government of Italy is more awareness. We have to create more awareness. We have to keep talking about it. We have to keep engaging stakeholders across all stratas of society, both at the policy level, community leaders, citizens. We all have to bring our hands on deck. It's not human trafficking. Advocacy against human trafficking is not something that an individual can do or only an organization has to do. It's something that we all have to do as a society. We all have to do as a people. It is much your problem as it is my problem. So I think that the advocacy for human trafficking, while a lot of work has been done, there's still much more work that needs to be done. But with the passing of the Violence Against Persons Act, there are lots of legal frameworks in place right now where offenders can be charged to court.
Francis Ume Diego, a project assistant of CLEEN Foundation, calls on the Nigerian government to be more steadfast on the implementation of law that has to do with human trafficking and gender-based violence.
There is a greener pasture outside. They should be careful what they are getting into. When their parents are being persuaded into becoming victims of this kind of situation, human trafficking now, with the information we've given them, they will be like, Mommy, no, this is not right. What they are telling us is not actually how it is outside there. Okay, that's what my message for the children today is, that they should keep the faith, they should keep this message, and they should even take it to their neighbors and to their colleagues. I know we have laws, we have NAPTIP, we have laws that try to protect the female gender, the children against child labor and against human trafficking, but we also employ them to be more steadfast so that these institutions will become more effective to implement the laws. It's one thing to have laws against human trafficking. It's another thing to implement them. So we commend the government so far on what they have been doing, and we urge them to do more, because we need a safer space for our girls and for our women, even for our boys also.
Vladimir Ogunsono, the head boy of Baptist High School Kuba, said it is a big opportunity to speak to students in secondary school as they will be going outside the world.
Today we are having a topic on end violence against women and children, and I feel this is a very great opportunity to speak to students in a secondary school, because as you know, we are going outside and we will have different opinions on life, and it will help us to treat our surroundings and the people around better. It's very painful to see women and children, also men alike, being trafficked, but we as the leaders of tomorrow, we can do better to stop this and eradicate it completely.
Today we are privileged to have the organization, the non-governmental organization CLEEN, come to our school and teach us more about violence that happens especially to females. And I feel it's a privilege because I can't say I've experienced, but I've heard stories that are quite sad. From the discussion we had to NAPTIP last week Friday, I've gotten information that it's mostly females that suffer this, and they are forced to keep quiet because they are considered as less, I don't know the word I could use, but they are considered less when it comes to the things of the society. That's because they feel as if they are not built for the society, they are built for homes. And I also learned that most of the issues that happen are not from people outside our family, they are from people within us. Maybe it could be your aunt, it could be that your uncle that always used to come and give you chocolate. It could be anybody, exactly. You can never see it written on their faces. It's all around. It's not just hidden. It doesn't just happen in your country. They can take you to other places. For those of us that want to go abroad, and in the name of making it, you want to go abroad, you now follow the wrong people. They traffic you and you're not free. You don't get to speak to your parents and you think it's normal. It's not, because there is something behind that trip. There is something behind that invitation. There's always something behind every person's word. for other students out there, I feel as if God's time is the best. You should just wait. It's not everything that you rush into. Just because you are seeing your neighbor's child on Instagram, the person is an influencer, you want to be, or you just want to help your parents. Maybe they are suffering financially. You just want to help them. You should wait. God will provide. Don't always be that small girl with big God. Every time God is there. God is big for everybody.
From the documentary of today, I learned a lot. I learned that human trafficking is an inhumane activity. It is the evil of man that is done to man. It's not good because of it has a lot of effects, both psychologically, physically, emotionally, health-wise too. It can affect the victim. I feel that the victim will come out the same after everything that has happened. Some are exploited for sexual reasons, some for slave trade, different things that are not good. Some children under the age of 18 are taken out there, they are used as slaves. Some are forced into hard labor, forced labor, which is not good. My advice to students out there is that they shouldn't be deceived just for, like, let's say for a petty reason. Just say because your parents don't have enough resources to send you abroad, you now see this uncle or auntie and you want to follow them.
Susan Majesty commends CLEEN Foundation for enlightening them on the danger of human trafficking and aids the satisfaction of women and children in the society not being properly protected.
First of all, I think it's really painful because women and children in society are really vulnerable to human trafficking and gender-based violence for sexual purposes. And we thank CLEEN Foundation for coming to my school and enlightening us on the dangers of human trafficking. I think it's really important for people of my age and my friends to know the dangers of human trafficking and how to avoid it totally. And it's really saddening to know that women and children in the society aren't so protected, although the government of Nigeria and other countries and non-governmental organizations have put in place measures to curb this social vice, but I think it's not totally enough. So once again we thank CLEEN Foundation for coming to my school and enlightening us on human trafficking. Now, what I think about ending gender-based violence against women is that proper enlightenment should be done, on various levels, large case levels, like in the newspapers, on social media, on television. Adverts should be made, and just everyone should be enlightened on the dangers of human trafficking. And I believe it's a war we can fight and overcome together as a society.
In his final note, he called on government to set up more committees to curb this menace.
Appealing to the Nigerian government to set up more bodies. I'm aware we have NAPTIP, that's the agency for prohibiting trafficking in persons, and there are other bodies in charge of curbing human trafficking, but the government should be able to set up more committees and more organizations to curb it more efficiently, and enlightenment in schools, in churches, hospitals, just social gatherings, so every member of society has the basic knowledge and knows what to do when encountered or when facing such a problem or what looks like a situation of human trafficking. So I appeal to the Nigerian government to try their best, although, to increase the level of enlightenment in society. I just encourage everyone to be more vigilant, the promise of going abroad, getting a well-paying job and stuff like that. It's really appealing to the earth, but basically we just have to be smart, because truly in the world there's still people who are honest about their business, emigration, going abroad to work. There's still legit people, but we've got to be vigilant overall and not be greedy. Despite the economic hardship in the country, everyone should just be, we should just be patient and work our best.